Fellas, I am in love with these Dares of Eternity weapons. I already loved them before, but now that we can actually craft these weapons, every single one of these have only gotten better. And we saw that from our most recent review of the BXR. Like, believe me, it was already good, but that enhanced Perpetual Motion, that enhanced kill clip, and even from Trials Report this past weekend, you see BXR there at the top of the meta list, just under No Time to Explain. You know what's not on this list? Wastelander. And it should be. Even though we have so many kinetic options for shotguns. This shotgun, which honestly looks like a sawed-off shotgun. Like, when you look at it, it's nice and compact, but believe me, fellas, even though for years people have said barrel length matters, in Wastelander's case, it most definitely does not. Now, this weapon is dropping from Xur's Treasure Hoard in Eternity. You can get this weapon by grinding out Dares of Eternity, and again, we've already put out a guide on how to grind for Dares. Now, I will say for all these weapons, yes, it is a grinding process. However, just like the BXR, Wastelander is definitely worth the time. First up, like all of these Dares of Eternity weapons, they can roll with the origin trait Hot Swap, which states switching to this weapon while you are damaged strongly increases its handling for a short duration. Now again, any type of damage you receive will increase the handling for a short duration, which is a really nice buff, especially on a shotgun if you like to swap back and forth to different weapons, which I do all the time. And at this point, it's just instinct. Now what's crazy is that Wastelander has almost quick draw levels of handling, because you also have lightweight frame as its intrinsic perk, which actually gives you superb handling, and you move faster with this weapon equipped. Now, the movement speed is really, really nice. Even if you aren't rocking a movement exotic like Transversal Steps, Stompies, or Dune Marchers, lightweight shotguns allow you to push effectively and still maintain that increase in movement speed. Hence why I love Reese Walker. Without Remorse is another really good shotgun. 7 Seraph CQC. Now, these shotguns may not be the best in terms of kill range, but because they give you so many benefits with that increase in handling and that movement speed, you can make up the difference when it comes to closing that gap. Personally, lightweight shotguns are my favorite. They always have been. And when you tack on Quick Charge, which increases the ready speed for your shotguns as well as a variety of other weapons, in combination with Hot Swap, you really are looking at quick draw levels of speed. And I'm talking like pre-nerf quick draw. Now, upon getting this weapon completely unlocked and leveling this thing up, I finally gained access to the roles that I wanted to try. One of them is actually enhanced slide shots and enhanced opening shots. Now, enhanced slide shot boosts range and stability just like the base version of slide shot, but it states that it does so greatly. I also wanted to combine this with opening shots, which greatly improves accuracy and range on the opening shot of an attack. Again, beyond the values of just base, slide shot base actually grants 20 range and 30 stability for 3 seconds upon sliding, which is really, really nice. It only has a 0.3 second cooldown in between activation, and that's just the base version. So you can imagine how much greatly actually means here. And then of course you have opening shot, which grants you plus 20 in aim assist, an extra 25 in range, and it also positively affects that accuracy cone. Needless to say, just off of the base version here, you're looking at an increase of 45 range. Enhanced states that it does that even more so, which I don't have those values, guys. Normally those numbers have to be disclosed by Bungie. We just assume it's a lot. And considering that this weapon starts off at a base of 44 range, it doesn't take long before we're looking at max stats. Matter of fact, I have an accurized round roll with small bore and a ranged masterwork. We're already looking at 71 range. Combine that with the likes of slide shot and opening shots, easily hitting max without even taking into account the enhanced versions of these perks. Matter of fact, you could probably just roll opening shots, and if that grants you 30 range or close enough to it, that already reaches our range cap, which actually brings us to slide shot and opening shot together. Do these perks stack? They actually do, but on Wastelander, it doesn't. If you already have a very decent roll in terms of range, you're already going to be hitting that range ceiling, and if both of these perks are enhanced, you're honestly wasting the range benefits of one of these. Now, slide shot, we can't overlook that one. Yes, I like the range bump, but one thing that slide shot allows is for you to essentially run around, get a kill, pick up an ammo brick, and proceed to slide and go into the next kill. It allows you to constantly ape without ever stopping, and I do like that about slide shot. But if I had to sit down and say, all right, which one of these traits do I have to choose between both of these enhanced versions, I think opening shot is going to be my go-to choice. When actually doing kill range tests for Wastelander, opening shot was allowing us to kill up to 7 meters, at least on my specific roll. And again, we were already hitting that range ceiling. So this made me actually scratch my head and say, all right, if slide shot is really not the way to go here, what is in fact the better option? Now, the other perk present in that first column that looks pretty good here is of course Perpetual Motion. The weapon gains bonus stability and handling and reload speed while the wielder is in motion. Now, these stat bumps are pretty nice, and the enhanced version is only better, pretty much starting at 5 stability, 5 handling, 5 reload, and being up to 15 stability, 15 handling, and 15 reload. And again, the enhanced version essentially offers the same benefits, but coming out of motion allows allows those traits to persist. My only issue with Perpetual Motion is I don't really need stability. And the increase in handling, although appreciated, is nice. Hot swap and being a lightweight frame weapon, and of course using quick charge, allows me to get away with this weapon's inherent handling all on its own. The only reason why I would use Perpetual Motion is if I wasn't using quick charge though. But considering that scavenger mods are actually a waste inside of Crucible, guys, what else are you rocking on your legs? I know quick charge costs 5, but it's very much worth the cost. Turn that elemental affinity on your legs to arc and apply it. It makes a huge difference in that ready time. And this actually made me sit down and go, okay, maybe there isn't just one god roll for this weapon. Maybe it's multiple different rolls. And this is where I get frustrated with weapon crafting in general, because by God, Bungie, we need to be able to unlock perks permanently, or in the least have 2 equipable perks per column. Because my ideal god roll would actually be Perpetual Motion, Opening Shot together, or Slideshot 1-2 Punch. Now 1-2 Punch, guys, do not sleep on this perk inside of PvP. Look at all the supers that 1-2 Punch can shut down. And this is even easier to achieve with Enhanced 1-2 Punch. Enhanced 1-2 Punch only requires 10 of the pellets out of the 12 to land in order to proc that increase in melee damage. And I don't know about you, when I'm running around with my super, I'm not very fearful of anything. I'm like, hey, I got a super. The only thing I need to be concerned about is another super. And then all of a sudden you have this rogue warrior with a 1-2 punch shotgun come in and assassinate you. And it happens. And Slideshot 1-2 Punch together is a beautiful combination. I want these combos so bad that I've actually crafted an entirely new Wastelander. I'm in the process of leveling it up, and I'm gonna have one that has Slideshot 1-2 Punch and another that has Perpetual Opening Shot. I know, I'm literally going broke in the material department because of this. With that being said, the combinations to go for are those, and barrel perk wise, I do want to make some suggestions. Full choke used to be the go-to option, but it no longer is. I think someone mentioned the other day on stream that it takes 0.6 seconds or something along those lines when you aim down sights in order for full choke to fully proc. But that's actually not the huge reason why I don't use full choke. The other reason why I've steered away from it is because it does reduce precision damage multiplier, and secondly, I'm not aiming down sights nearly as often with this shotgun. Therefore, I'm not even taking advantage of what full choke provides, which is that tightening in that projectile spread. If you notice, there's a lot of hipfire gameplay in here, and that's because Wastelander, something it has over other shotguns, is almost like it has built-in hipfire. Its hipfire is so good, and that may be due to the fact the reticle is smaller than other shotguns. Maybe it's because this shotgun is essentially like a compact shotgun, but the hipfire accuracy on this shotgun is very good, which is why I like to look at other barrel perks like small bore, corkscrew rifling. Now I know someone's gonna ask, Cross, why not rifle barrel? Again, we're already reaching that range cap to begin with, and plus rifle barrel gives us -15 in handling. And even though this weapon could actually counter that, being a lightweight frame, and of course, if you're rocking like enhanced Perpetual Motion, you can counter that handling nerf from rifle barrel. It's just not worth it. My personal opinion, guys, go with small bore or corkscrew, one or the other, which brings us to our mag perk. 9 times out of 10, I will always say accurized rounds. Gives you +10 in range. It's simple. However, if you happen to be rocking small bore and a range masswork and enhanced opening shots, fellas, you're getting pretty dang close to that range cap, even without accurized rounds, which is why the toss-up for me is between assault mag or accurized rounds. And again, assault mag is really nice. It increases those rounds per minute. The follow-up shot is very fast. This is already a fast shooting weapon. It's not rapid fire, but still pretty fast. And when you throw on things like assault mag, this increases our rounds per minute to 90. And that does catch people off guard. Like when you're pushed by someone with a shotgun, you know how long it takes for the follow-up shots. But a lightweight with assault mag, the follow-up shot is much faster and it can catch you off guard. My only issue with assault mag these days is that ammo economy is so slim inside of Crucible, considering we're only getting 1 special ammo shot per brick. Whereas like in previous sandboxes, I would roll assault mag all day long and just blow my load at every chance possible just to secure 1 kill. Now though, I'm being pretty conservative. I'm going in for that 1 shot, and if I do have to get a cleanup kill, it's either with my primary weapon or my melee. Needless to say, if you were to do accurized rounds with small bore or even corkscrew rifling with a ranged masswork and opening shot, you will be hitting the cap, the range cap. So you will be getting that kill in 7 meters. Now, considering this is a review, we do need to talk about some of these other perks, and I do want to mention a few things. Number 1, Harmony is no longer present on this shotgun. Neither is Dual Loader, Ensemble, and Adagio. Someone's gonna ask, Cross, why not Fragile Focus? The weapon does give you a bonus there in range until the wielder takes damage. The issue with Fragile Focus is that, in my opinion, it's just a weaker version of opening shot at every single level. It doesn't even increase accuracy, and it goes away the moment you take the slightest amount of damage. So yes, it does passively grant you 20 range, but it's still less than that of opening shot in its base version. I would not suggest Fragile Focus here. Now, Air Assault is an interesting one if you were to say roll Corkscrew rifling for that bump there in handling. Pair this also with the mod quick charge and tack on the fact that this weapon is a lightweight frame shotgun and perhaps a shotgun dexterity mod. I know we're really loading out here for increase in handling. Combine that with the airborne effectiveness that air assault grants you, which at low health can grant up to 60 airborne effectiveness. Guys, airborne effectiveness on shotguns is piss poor. For Wastelander, it's 2. We have a perfect opportunity here to rock enhanced air assault for that increase in airborne effectiveness, which may make a difference mid gunfights. Again, may. You want to talk about something that gets funky with shotguns, especially now that airborne effectiveness is a thing in this game? It's that pellet spread. And again, Bungie's already stated they're going to be reworking that at some point. Now for PvE rolls, you do have Vorpal on this weapon. And I also don't want you to overlook 1-2 punch and Pugilist together. Pugilist states that final blows with this weapon generate improved melee energy. Well, hell, fellas, break out our Phantom Fister build with 1-2 punch, Pugilist together. You got a wonderful shotgun that can allow you to melee everything to death. Overall, though, Wastelander is a fantastic weapon for both PvE and for PvP. It's got crazy hipfire accuracy. It allows you to move very quickly, being a lightweight frame shotty. It has a number of trait combinations that would be desirable on any shotgun, but especially desirable here. And then it takes it to another level by allowing you to enhance these traits. Just like the BXR, this shotgun is 100% worth the grind. Again, though, no rush on this. You don't have to do this week. This is a seasonal grind. Take your time. Deep Science will eventually drop on you. And when you finally do obtain this Wastelander with these enhanced traits, hopefully, Bungie will be talking about reworking weapon crafting to allow us to apply multiple traits. For the love of God, Bungie, please make this happen. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.